What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a different reaction today, guys. And today we're going to be watching a gameplay reaction by the Frozen Cable. And today, guys, this is his very first one, by the way. And today we'll be checking out my gritty pressure game, Over the Hedge video game, Garbage from Your Childhood. Now, let me say this right now. I really enjoy Over the Hedge when I was little. I know it's not really DreamWorks' best, but it was a really great movie. I'm not kidding. This was part of my childhood, by the way, from DreamWorks. And I gotta say, besides Shrek, Madagascar, Shark Tale as an example, I was playing Shark Tale another time. I would say that, B-movie as well, I would say Over the Hedge is really underrated, and it's a really great thing around here. And yeah, I would do say Over the Hedge is a really must-watch to you guys, if it was part of your childhood. But I would do a classic review in the future to talk about it. But for now, I will keep in mind, if you haven't seen Over the Hedge, make sure you watch it, because it's a really great movie. But now, I have heard about this Over the Hedge game, and yes, I remember seeing the entire thing of it. And let me say this right now, that this was taking place after the first movie, which I really wish they had a sequel to this, which I really wish. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, guys, it is what it is. But yeah, guys, so, I gotta say, whatever's the best for DreamWorks nowadays, their oldest movies are the best ones out there. Sure, we got some newest movies too, and there were some mediocre ones out there like Boss Baby, Trolls. And I heard that Ruby Gilman wasn't really best in the box office. But don't get me wrong, it's a really okay movie, but still. But yeah. But anyway, guys, so we're going to watch the Frozen Cable review of Over the Hedge game from the PS2. Yeah, I know there's something on the Xbox or something like that too, but that's still not the case. But yeah, guys, let's check this one out. Also, make sure to subscribe to him down below, and make sure to go on my channel down below as well. And remember, if you haven't seen Over the Hedge, check it out. Oh yeah, keep in mind, there was Hemi's Boomerang Fetcher too, by the way, if you haven't seen that evil, which is just a show of Hemi and the Porcupines and RJ and Fun doing their own nature stuff. What do you expect, the Boomerang? What Hemi's think about Boomerang's thing, you know? Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. Alright, everyone, before we get started, you know what it is. Subscribe down below, and let's get it.
I think, like it or not, everyone remembers Over the Hedge.
Why?
Whether you loved watching the movie in your childhood or you only heard of it from friends,
Also, intro was fire. I remember
this
seeing
movie
it.
for whatever odd reason. A lot of people have even played the Over the Hedge video game, which is quite surprising. I even own an original copy of the game on GameCube. Considering that this was released in the same year as Final Fantasy XII, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and the Wii, for a good amount of people to be interested in this game is really good. However, this game falls under the category of a license-based game. License-based games are, quote, video games that are based on an existing intellectual property licensed by the game's publisher, unquote. Unfortunately, license-based games have a negative stigma to them. Despite there being some really good to even amazing license-based games to exist, like the Batman Arkham games and the South Park games, a lot of them end up being really bad, especially during the 90s and the early 2000s. This was mainly because developers used multiple brands as cash cows instead of respecting the properties. So today, we'll be looking into the Over the Hedge video game and see where this falls in the spectrum between Superman 64 and SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah, we do not talk about the Superman 64, so yeah. Alright, this story.
The game starts out where the movie finishes, and I don't mean right after the movie ends. I mean during the final act of the movie when the game
yeah,
is
which I am still no surprise. I mean, it would have been amazing if this movie, which is the Ruby version game only, and then if DreamWorks ever made a sequel to this, that would have been awesome. But we did get that.
Who is ruled by Dwayne, the Verminator from the movie. From then onward, RJ, Vern, Handy, and Stella go through various locations in order to steal more food and technology to store behind the hedge while taking down VernTech. This game actually does 3 unique things with the story that most license-based games usually don't do. It has an original plotline, has both the original plotline and the movie plotline in it, and only has the very end of the movie is based off of. Yeah, this game is really weird, but also really ambitious. The fact that most of the game is
it's not really the worst thing in the game, but I still prefer if they ever did the game version of this. And if the sequel was like this right here, that would have been awesome.
That leads the developers to do whatever they want.
Oh well, here's what it is. Alright, let's see what we got from here.
Overall, the game doesn't look too bad. The areas in the game,
the animation's okay, but we even got that meme from this game, by the way, for fun.
There's a few moments
I remember
where animations for characters look really weird, but it's nothing to be upset about.
It's not that bad.
As soon as it appears. The music is fitting for the areas you're in and pretty varied. There's a mix between stealthy and wacky that fits very well for a game that's made for Over the Hedge. Now, since this is a license-based game of an animated movie, voice actors are involved. Almost none of the original voice actors are here for this game.
Except the Porcupine Kids.
Are the 3 Porcupine Kids. Don't let that fool you though, because most of the cast actually has a decent amount of recognizable work under their belts.
Yeah, that's
true. Some people even have ties to Final Fantasy, Crash Bandicoot, God of War, and even Bill Farmer is playing Lou in this game. Yes, the voice actor for Goofy is in this game.
know Goofy the most from his voice, from Bill
most of the time
Farmer,
don't have anything that
it's kind of crazy that he was in the game post that Pokemon Dad from Over the Hedge. Not the movie, but the game.
Honestly, he's the only one that has really bad moments when it appears, and it's not hard to notice.
A little bit, but yeah. But hey, Hollywood doesn't care, so you can't hire celebrities in video games.
It's really strange too because he's done stuff.
No joke, right?
Series. Again, it's only him, and it's really weird. In terms of the usage of the source material, this game does a really good job of utilizing it. Some levels are actual locations from the movie, and there's also a Blue Jay that wasn't from the movie, but instead from the comic strips.
Yeah, it would have been better if it wasn't a sequel. Don't blame it, right?
The use of familiarity and references don't feel forced at all and are evenly paced. The characters act how they normally would, and the writing is pretty good sometimes. Some jokes do end up giving me a chuckle here and there, and that's really good.
Wow, it smells great in here. Kind of like our forest, only chemically processed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, rest in peace to the original voice actor of Fun, by the way.
RJ, Vern, Hanny, and
not the game version, but the Ruby one.
Differences between each other to make them stand out, but have enough similarities for you to use them all on a basic level. The 2-member team aspect means you'll either be playing with a computer or a friend if you somehow manage to convince someone to play this with you. If you're playing solo, you can switch between the 2 characters you bring for the level. Before each heist, you are given a rundown of what the game intends to do for that mission. Your team will then be making their way through various levels, both from the movie, like Gladys's house, I really hope that's how that's pronounced, and brand new environments such as neighborhoods, a train, an amusement park, and plenty more. You take down tons of enemies like rats, gophers, grills, and tennis ball launchers in a beat-em-up fashion as you make your way to your goals. Often, segments of the game will change to a
the gameplay ain't that bad, but it's kind of crazy that you only play full characters.
You have a large amount of options at your disposal to fight. For basic
seriously,
attacks,
I'm talking about RJ, Fun, Stella, and Hammond.
Attack you can do by
That's
holding the button, then releasing, and at some point you get a finisher move that you can activate by timing your button presses. All of these work smoothly and are easily distinguishable. You also have an energy meter which can be used for a small pound move to quickly get enemies away from
that
special attack button. A spinning attack you can use by holding down the button, and if you unlock it, an air pound that you can use if you jump in the air and press the button. These are usually used for large amounts of damage or getting enemies off of you if you get surrounded. You also have a projectile which you can tap for a weak shot or charge for a power shot. RJ and Brent have a projectile.
Oh yeah, subscribe to him by the way, y'all.
Stella has one that goes in the side.
I wonder where is he now, by the way. He hasn't been up one for like almost 2 years.
If one of you holds their
I think it was 2 years now.
Other hits them during that
I'm not
time,
sure.
your weapon will be
What happened to
charged
him?
up for a single hit. Another thing you can do is climb on top of each other and attack enemies. You can't move while you attack, but in exchange, you both can use your energy meters to do a powerful spin move. If one of you dies, you can either wait out the timer for them to get back to life with a small amount of health, or you can go over to the roadkill corpse and smack it back to life to give it extra health. Also, if you die in solo, you automatically switch to the computer's player. Weapons can be found if you beat up enemies or when they are lying on the ground. Grabbing a new weapon gives you a full energy meter that has unlimited use for a short amount of time. Certain levels also give you access to using different types of guns, from ping pong balls of fire to ice and gas bubbles. As you progress through the game, you'll be collecting primary and secondary objectives, which help you obtain unlockable rewards such as the finisher and air pound I mentioned earlier, and the mini-games, bumper cars, target practice, and RC car racing. Primary objectives have to be completed for you to get through a level. Secondary objectives are just extra side tasks that you can do if you feel like it. There is no item you need to do any side mission later. All of them can be done as soon as you unlock a level. You can get health and energy upgrades by collecting 20 cans of chips or 20 boxes of cookies.
Yeah, which that's pretty interesting. You can get some food while you eat it. Yeah, that's from the game, by the way.
Tons of DVDs scattered throughout the levels.
Yeah, get the DVDs too, you know. Oh yeah, you unlock the music as that Poland thing as well. But still. But you got some good things in this game, by the way, like here.
This game does a
and also,
job
another question. Why is Fun doing almost like the Mr. Beast meme pose? Yeah, I know this pose was around before the Mr. Beast pose, so
the movie feel more like a stepping stone than a blank point that's not needed at all, and the part of the story that is original isn't half bad. The gameplay is actually pretty detailed.
Even far, I wish they have this sequel to it.
I've had this game most of my life,
and I still discovered
some new things while doing the review for this game. However, if you don't care for the intricacies of the combat, you can still mash the attack button and get relatively the same results. There's plenty of secondary goals and extra stuff to get, like the DVDs and the hats. Some of them can actually be kind of challenging to get, especially on the first try. If you're trying to go for these, they can keep you busy for a little bit. By the way, during the levels, the characters will give dialogue to each other as well as to NPCs. Somehow, I don't think it's actually explained. The dialogue the character gives is actually different depending on which character slot they are in.
Looks nice and peaceful.
Steel and concrete, humans. I like cities. Let's make one out of sugar and call it Hermopolis.
I think someone's been inhaling too much smog.
That is a very nice touch that I honestly have to greatly appreciate.
But still good. But now we got the bad.
This fault actually makes this game, on a fundamental level, pretty bad. I know that math is probably the last thing you expected in a video like this, but real quick, let me put this into perspective. Let's say that about 80 to 85% of this game is running around beating up enemies, and the remaining 15 to 20% is minigames,
that's just how the game is.
Of the 80
this is just how the game is.
Enemies,
sure, you get some food in the way, but still,
you can run past with no
consequences. There is no joke
now,
of it.
This isn't anything new. A lot of games do this. It's like Cooper, Mario, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, and a lot of RPGs, really.
But hey, they didn't even come out yet before this was around.
RPGs have a leveling system,
that makes sense.
You from just running past enemies, or
but yeah, Mario honestly did a little bit better, but still.
Or the other games don't have such a high emphasis on fighting enemies. Over the Hedge doesn't have a level system, and since it's a beat 'em up,
I'm not biggest fan of Final Fantasy, so I don't know much of it.
Run past a lot of them, and nothing's stopping you. Very few times are there secondary objectives that require you to defeat enemies. This gives even less incentive to fight them. Any health and energy upgrades you get come from breakable objects or are lying out in the open. You don't have to defeat enemies for any reason to get an advantage on them. Two ways to fix this would be to either have you beat all the enemies before you can advance, which some levels do, but it needs to be put way more often than it is, or have a leveling system and you gain experience for defeating enemies, which would then give you points towards things like attack damage, special attack damage, etc. Similar to Castle Crashers. If a second player joined the game, give them the same level as player 1 and let them distribute the points wherever they like. There's not much that you can really do at the Hedge. All you're able to do is talk to people, aka walking near people and listening to them talk to each other.
That's all you got.
Play minigames. You're not even able to interact with the machines you get in the game, like a laptop, boombox, or projector. These could have easily been used for a sound test or a demo for other games, especially since some are referenced in the game several times.
Oh yeah.
The game can only be
which I do not know why they did that.
Or even into the minigames.
Especially they put just the game versions only.
And nothing else. I know that they give a health
Because
shield,
those
and that
came out
probably is not
before
allowed,
this.
but it's almost not worth collecting the hat since all they
Thanks,
really do
whoever
is
made
give
it.
that health shield that will more than likely go away at some point. And again, it's only for that specific level for that specific hat. The minigames are honestly, for the most part, trash. The racing one is
No
stupidly
kidding.
difficult to control and very hard to win because one person will do extremely well. You have to hope that
Look
either
at-
they
look
mess
at
up or you
this.
don't mess up at all. The golf cart can be fun, but in the end, you're just ramming into each other, no special items that aren't passive or anything of the sort, and there's no time limit in case someone wants to just run away the whole time. The target practice
Yeah.
isn't too bad.
But now we got the ugly. Oh god, even before they put
I kinda
that
wish the
Hemi
progression
image
of
in
the
now.
rewards you get for
No.
objectives wasn't a straight line. This basically causes you to get the same
Crazy
rewards no matter what,
babies.
whether you like the
Yeah,
reward
remember
or
that
not.
scene from
And
that
some of the
movie?
rewards don't help
Just
you in the
no.
main gameplay at all. An idea I have is that you could find some collectible objects to turn into Rufus, who would then let you get whatever reward you want for a certain amount of collectible objects. It would give him more something to do, since most of the time he's really only there to carry optional stuff back over to the Hedge, however he does it. I also really feel like he's the kind
Yeah,
of guy to do
just
something
take
like
them
that.
all away. Why
Sometimes
not?
character interactions don't make too much sense. It's a pretty rare occurrence given the combinations you can make between characters and the amount of stages that there are.
Yeah,
but
these
sometimes
wats are not really
they
from the
don't work
movie,
together at
so
all.
if some of you would think about it.
Long as we keep our eyes closed, we'll never see him at all.
In other words,
But keep in mind, this is not one of the Sykes in the game. You may know her from the movie, but this is a,
The air pound and weapon charge are bad.
You get
and
what the point I'm
useless.
saying.
The air pound only has a hitbox when you land,
I forgot
and the
who
hitbox
did
is
the gameplay
drastically
for
smaller
the,
than doing a regular ground
Stella.
pound, meaning you can easily get hit for
But
using
still.
it. You might as well use the regular ground pound or the energy spin. The weapon charge takes too long to activate with computer, mainly because the computer is probably trying to fight for its life, and even if you do get it off, it lasts for one hit. It'd be different if it at least lasted a short amount of time, but it's just the one hit. As soon as you let the button go, it might go away because you'll go flying off into an enemy. Thankfully, you have a bunch of other options to use rather than these. Other issues people might have is that the music can be forgettable sometimes, Dwayne's voice acting is really bad at points, and depending on the person you ask, the character models look like trash.
Right. Yeah.
This game is a very pleasant surprise. It uses the source material very efficiently while managing to be a good game, something license-based games, especially during the time this came around, had a hard time of doing. It's mindless and wacky fun that anyone can just find enjoying to some degree, even if you are just playing it as a joke. I do feel like the people that hate this game don't give it too much of a chance. Remember, not all license-based games are poop, and not all of them are diamonds. Sometimes you can find a pretty little rock that you can just simply enjoy. If you want to kill time,
Hey,
this is a pretty
a
good
rock.
game to do it. And if you want to play this game yourself, for whatever reason, here's a few tips to keep in mind. Get as many of the secondary objectives as soon as possible, as they
Yeah,
give you the
just
access
what
to
he's
upgrades
saying.
and
Just
minigames
keep in mind
faster
if
than
you
only doing the
recommend
primary
this.
ones. Once you get finishers, spam them. They are your strongest attacks in your arsenal and they cost you nothing to use. If you want the best experience with the game, play as RJ and Vern. I don't care who you like more as a character, you'll have a better time playing as these two. I've even
True.
made tier lists explaining why. I seriously experimented with the actions of each character to establish their place and give reasoning for it. If you're not convinced,
Yeah.
you are very much welcome to question me. And don't skip enemies. I know I brought it up and you might do it just because of that, but don't do it. You seriously
Yeah.
will just be skipping over what
You're
makes this
just
game
gonna
fun,
have
and
to
if you
beat
bore yourself
them, you
playing
know?
the game
Just
this way,
kick them all,
that's
you
your
know?
fault. What's going on, my fellow residents? It's me, the Frozen Coward, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is a game that I've loved since my childhood, and I feel like anyone who's made it this far into
True.
the video
If you
probably
remember the
has
movie,
loved this
that's
game
your
too.
childhood
By the
too.
way, let me know what you guys think of
To the
me
people who
doing my
watch Over the
review
Hedge.
and the styling of it and all, because I want to do more reviews in the future. This video was
Oh yeah, keep in
really,
mind, I have
really fun
almost
to
seen
make, and I
every
would
single
love to
one
do
of his
more of these in the
reviews.
future.
But
And
this is a
also, I'm
reaction
doing
we
this for my
watch, but I'm
500
still counting this as a
subscriber special
reaction.
because I kind of haven't done one yet, and I'm almost at 600 subscribers, so yeah.
Yeah,
that's a
even
little
for this
awkward.
video was 6
But
years
anyways,
old,
if you
so
did end up
just
enjoying
keep in
this
mind.
video, don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as share with your friends. Maybe get them invested in this game for whatever odd reason.
Yeah,
But until
okay.
next video, take care.
Goodbye. Alright everyone, so that was the Frozen Cave review of Over the Hedge video game, by the way. Hope you all enjoy. Now keep in mind, I remember the Frozen Cave. Cave or whatever called his last name. But he has stopped uploading for like a year now, which I have no idea what happened to him lately. But I have no clue what happened to him, but I hope he's still around somewhere. But however, I am going to be doing his reactions to his gameplay reviews. But keep in mind, by the way, okay? Make sure you all keep this in mind, that I remember this guy. Yes, the picture you see right here is from Dragonwarma. You know, that little psycho guy. I forgot his name, but he's from Dragonwarma, by the way. Dangerwarma, you know, the anime thing. Yeah, I know who that guy is, but I forgot his name. But still. But however, I will do these reactions to this channel as well. But when I said reaction rewatch, I mean I will still put reaction on the title. So yeah. But anyways, that was the older Hedge review, guys. Hope you guys enjoy. For the movie review about the Frozen Cave, I would say, yeah. Like I said, if you guys recommend playing this game, make sure you have the best of luck and just play RJ and Fun instead. Yeah, I know it's a little hard that, you know what I mean. You know what I mean about that. But hey, I must warn you guys about this scene, about this game by here. Hemi's close-up minigame, so the button ones, yeah, beware of that because it's so disturbing. But yeah, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you go subscribe to him down below, guys. Remember, I will say reaction rewatch to all of this gameplay reviews, but still counting as reaction, you know. But yeah, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Have a good rest of your Monday, by the way. Yes, I know it's Sunday that I'm recording all of this, but I'm uploading these on Monday, so there you go. That's when they are coming out, so yeah. But hey, school is coming back, so after Thanksgiving break, I'll be back home tomorrow the time I'm getting these upload. Because school's coming back, so there you go. Back to my mom's house, of course. But yeah, guys, thank you all so much for watching. As always, guys, I will see you all next time. As always, guys, for the K subscribers. Woo!